it's pedal of the day. It's pedal of the day time. And you may notice I'm playing a very quiet amp today, very quiet. And the reason I've got a quiet amp is today's pedal is this 1973 Colorsound Overdriver, which is an absolute monstrous sounding pedal. Very, very powerful. Almost as powerful as a power boost, which is how the whole thing started. So I think circa 1970, a lot of guitarists were looking for treble boost. They wanted to cut through the mix, and I think Larry and Joe, saw things like the Range Master and the Hawk were out there, and they had this, great treble boost sound. But they said, why make a treble boost? Why not make something that boosts everything? So the idea was the power boost boosted treble, bass, volume. This is one of the best things I own, actually. This is a 1970 power boost that's never been sold. It's in mint condition. It runs on 18 volts. These are the old battery tags. There's that's how they join together. Amazing thing. I'm very lucky to have got this one. And if you look at this circuit board against this Overdriver, geographically it's the same. There's a very few little component changes. But the story goes, well, two things happened really. First of all, Jeff Beck got hold of one and used it in the Jeff Beck band, and didn't use it as a treble boost or bass boost. He used it as an overdrive pedal. And secondly, when Larry and Joe took it to the American distributors, they loved it. They loved the sound of the pedal, but they felt it looked a bit last year, a bit flower power and a little bit flared trousers, and they said, things are getting harder now, rock is getting harder. So they brought it back, sprayed it black, and switched it to 9 volts, which made it break up a little earlier. So it was less about the big headroom sound, it was more about the overdrive. And legend has it, well, I've never had it confirmed, if anyone can confirm it, they say Mark Bolan named it the Overdriver. But yeah, amazing pedal. Just as a treble boost, I'll try and set up as a treble boost. It takes you from there to there. I had the sound turned up earlier, obviously it nearly blew my head off. It's a lovely crunchy. But also, it would warm your guitar up as a bass boost. So, bear in mind, I'm using my SG of the single P90. I mean, if I do roll my tone back, I could. I've gone to my country and western show with it. But the way most people think of the overdrive, it's just lulling you in, saying, I'm a nice little treble boost. Not really. Once you hit 8.5, going up to 10. an overdriver. My God. I mean, that's a guitar sound. Sorry, that's a guitar sound. I know that's an overdriver. You already knew that was an overdriver. I knew that was an overdriver. You knew there was no reason to say that. What I meant to say is, that's a guitar sound. So we still make these. So nowadays when we make them, we make the power boost generally as an 18 volt unit and the overdriver as a 9 volt unit. But we've made the components robust enough that either of them will run on 9 to 18 volts. So if you're after that more sort of Dave Gilmour, big Dark Side of the Moon power boost sound, 18 volts gives you that extra headroom and the sparkle. Whereas if you're after the more Jeff Beck overdriven sound, then 9 volt makes the pedal break up earlier. One of the ways to tell one of our new pedals from a vintage one is when you look at our new one, it says treble and bass on the controls, whereas the old one here says treb and arse on the controls. I always thought it was a bit odd. That's nice, with a bit more arse. So I was looking at this earlier and I dug this one out as well. This is a bit later, so this was the jumbo version. And taking the back off, the circuit looks quite different. So I haven't had time today to give this a workout, but maybe we'll save this for a later show, maybe ABM as well. Anyway, so there's our pedal of the day, the 73 Overdrive. It's funny, I've had this one for years. It's not in the greatest condition, but I just think it's got it, you know. And this is what we use to basically put new pedals on.